Hey, good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? This your boy Rob Thomas Jr. and this is the real news behind the news. Oh yeah, today is an overcast Friday, January 11, 2019, here in Shreveport, Louisiana. And today, briefly, we're gonna talk about two subjects. The first subject we're going to talk about is a deadly night of domestic violence here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and Bossier City, which is just across the bridge. I mean, if you're not familiar with the geography of Shreveport and Bossier, you had a Red River coming down the middle. And you have Shreveport on this side, and you have Bossier City on this side. But and I think it was Wednesday night. Yeah, it was Wednesday night. This past Wednesday, we had three ladies to get shot by men here in Shreveport. Now, Louisiana, we lead, we number 2 in the nation as far as domestic violence on women being killed by men. Well, on that night, we had 3 murders. Over in Bossier City, you had some kind of dispute where a gentleman came in and he shot this girl and her mother in front of the kids. Both the young lady and her mother died as a result of their injuries. But at the same time, or actually only a few minutes before that shooting, over here in Shreveport, we had a young lady get shot. Just so happened this young lady was a police officer. Yeah, she was getting dressed and getting ready for work on the night shift. I think maybe it's around about 8 or 9, something like that. But anyway, the details are sketchy. The police department here is real quiet on that, and I'm gonna allude to the reason why they quiet on it. But she was on her way getting dressed for prepared for work. Eventually she wound up at the Family Dollar right up the street, actually from my house. And she was shot 4 times, once in the head. Now, domestic violence is a serious issue. Ladies, protect yourself. Now, you got a lot of men have to worry about being physically assaulted. But in the one case here in Shreveport, it's sad because they're putting a lot of emphasis on it because the lady was a police officer. I don't want to say too much because the investigation is ongoing as far as the police point of view, but the streets are talking. And even Facebook is talking here in Shreveport. And all I'm going to say on this situation, ladies, stop playing games with these men out here, especially if you know that they're emotionally and mentally weak and that they're volatile. A word of advice: before you get into another relationship, make sure you got all your ducks in a row in your last relationship. Make sure that it is over. Don't play games, because when you play a deadly game, you're going to win a deadly prize. A lot of these men's heart can't take the pain of a breakup. Mentally, you got a lot of cats, even though that they are grown man's body. You got a bunch of little boys in grown men's bodies out here. They're not emotionally together. They can't handle a breakup, and then for you to break up with them and go with somebody else, a lot of these cats can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? And to the Shreveport Police Department, I know you all are doing an investigation, but give us all the facts. Is somebody that worked for the Shreveport Police Department involved in this some kind of way? I'm not saying that a police maybe shot her, but is one of those people in this quote-unquote so-called love triangle a police officer just like she was? There's a lot of questions that need to be asked, but like I say, the streets is talking. The streets gonna always talk now, because you know we just had another high-profile domestic violence incident here in Shreveport where we had the alleged Facebook killer. Where one of my partners, I just say a person that I know, shot somebody live on Facebook, and it went all around the world. We got too much domestic violence going on here in Shreveport. Men, first and foremost, if you're a man, you should know you never put your hands on a woman. I don't care how heated the argument get. Unless your life is in danger, you be the man and walk away. Let the situation cool down. If you believe in the Bible even tells you, don't let the sun go down on your anger. There's nothing that a woman can do, even if she goes out and cheat on you, man, that's worth you putting your hands on her and risking yourself going to jail, risking you losing your livelihood, risking you killing somebody and taking away a parent from the children. So again, women, stop playing games with these emotionally weak ass men. Everybody can't handle the game that y'all run. Men, be a man and walk away. It's too much violence. Again, Louisiana is #2 in the nation for women getting killed by men. That's crazy out here in Shreveport. That we already got enough violence with all this dope stuff going around, and just a lot of crazy people with guns killing each other. We don't need, families being devastated where children no longer have either parent because the daddy done shot the mama because the mama was messing around with somebody else. Hey, I'm not going to say too much more, but Shreveport, y'all know what I'm talking about. Again, you play a deadly game, women, you're going to win a deadly prize. Nobody deserves to be murdered the way that these 3 women were murdered. But in each case, the case over in Bossier and the case over in Shreveport, there were more than one dude involved in these women's lives. And the second dude who got scorned came back and in his mind got retribution. And now you got a bunch of little kids that don't have a mother or a father in their life. Now, we talked about that here in Shreveport. There's a couple of more issues that we could talk about. But we want to go and talk about this government shutdown. Now, of course, I thank God for the response that I got on this video that I did last week about the SNAP benefits. And I want to say something about you trolls and you racist pieces of garbage after I finish this. But I want to go back and talk a little bit about this government shutdown and how it's starting to affect people's real life, the everyday average American. You got 20 days of a government shutdown. You have some federal employees who have been working for the last 20 days, but now come time to get paid, they can't get a paycheck. Eventually, once the government goes back up, the government go back and print that money up. But these people got to pay rent. These people got to pay electricity. They got to buy groceries. And the government is being held hostage right now for political purposes. They try to make it about a wall. I understand the need for border security. And we as black people should be the first people to want to curb the flow of illegal immigration into America. Because when they come here, man, who got to give up the jobs for them? Who got to give up the housing for them? Who is it that got to now go through hoops and ringers to get social services for the poor in their community when these people can come over here and just go like to the hospital and they get social services just like that just for coming in here? The whole thing is being played for political games, y'all, and people's lives are being ruined because, again, now with the food stamp thing, SNAP benefits, from what we're understanding now, they're going to dig into another fund and they're going to come up and they're going to pay the states, I think it's around about the 20th of January for the month of February. So there is a chance that you will be getting your benefits for the month of February and you might be getting them earlier. But that doesn't help those people who are federal employees who don't get food stamp, but who don't get a paycheck at all. So not only now can they not buy food, but they can't pay their rent. They can't pay their utilities. They can't pay their car notes. If a child gets sick, they can't pay their hospital bill. They can't pay their credit card bill. And all because the Democrats, I'll put it like this, Donald Trump is using the border security issue, which is one of the platforms that he ran on, as a means to solidify his voter base. This is one of the reasons why he's saying, screw it, I'll let this mug stay shut down for years if I have to. Now, the Democrats don't want border security because they're looking at the illegal immigrants as their new niggas. Y'all excuse my language. But, hey, black folk, the Democrat got them some new niggas. It's called the illegals. They're using these illegals to flood the country so that they can increase their voter rolls. So when it comes down to it, it's really not about the wall, Because if it was, the Democrats shouldn't have no problem, because most of the Democrats who were standing out publicly saying they oppose it, they were the ones who voted for it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. They voted for some kind of structure along the border. So it's not really about the wall. The wall is just being used as a linchpin, a launching point for both parties to play political game. And all the while they playing political game, the people in America are suffering. Because again, I don't know if a lot of y'all noticed this or not, but just this week, I forget what bill it was, but the bill that they passed, that they brought forth the Senate, they bought it twice. You've never seen them bring a bill back to back twice in less than 2 days in the Senate. And this bill has something to do with the United States giving the Israeli government $38 billion just this year. And the BDS movement, boycott, divestment, and sanctions against Israel for what they're doing against the Palestinians. Now, we're about to give, the first day that they, let me go back. The first day that they tried to pass the law in the Senate, it was voted down. They backdoored and came back the next day and voted on that same bill. Now, if they can go out their way to vote to give Israel all this money, why can't they come together and try to find a solution to the money problem that Donald Trump is having in getting his wall built? I got it. Why don't we say screw giving Israel that $38 billion and take the $10 billion out of that $38 billion that you were going to give Israel and build that wall? So again, it's not about the wall. It's about political posturing and jockeying. The Democrats don't have a platform outside of hate Donald Trump. Donald Trump is trying to fulfill his campaign promises by bringing the troops home from Syria, which they ain't coming home, y'all. Believe it or not. Most of them troops that they moving from Syria either going to Iraq or Afghanistan. So either way it go, Donald Trump is still lying to his voters. You see what I'm saying? The other half is going to be scattered over across the numerous war zones that the United States is in right now. All of this is designed to basically box Iran in. We'll do another show about that. We're not going to get too deep. But again, they're playing games with the political process, hoping to basically what they're doing right now is campaigning for 2020. Trump trying to keep his voter base intact and energized. The Democrats are trying to flood the country with illegals so that they can try to steal the election, because they know they can't beat Trump, especially if he don't cave in and he gets his money for the wall. He moves troops out of Syria, especially if he shut down the war in Afghanistan. He's going to be a 2-term president. And he understands this. This is why he's dug in. The Democrats are digging in. But guess what? You and I are going to have to go out there and dig up vegetables out of gardens, because they playing games with money. Not only the people, the poor, going to be affected, but now you got federal employees who are being affected by this. So with those two things being said, I want to address you trolls. Now, I ain't gonna say I'm new to the YouTube, but as far as creating this YouTube channel, I'm new to it. I gotta get the cameras and all this here, and my lighting. I gotta get a whole little studio, and I'm gonna work toward that. We're gonna be consistent in our video. We welcome your comments, but I'm finna check y'all. You racist people, you disgruntled people. I'm gonna be real. I don't even mind you commenting in the comment section on our videos, but keep your comments decent. Even if you hate Negroes, let your disdain for Negroes be done in a decent manner. Man, when you come up here with all this racist rhetoric and propaganda, guess what? This finger work good at blocking people. I learned that a long time on my other social media sites. I will block you. If you disagree with what we're saying, we don't believe in censorship. We will allow your comment to stay, and we will address it. And matter of fact, we will invite you to challenge me on my radio show. Because see, it's easy to get behind a keyboard, a screen, well, can't nobody see you, and say all the foul and vulgar stuff you want. But I dare you. As a matter of fact, I dare you to say that and then challenge me. Just say you want to challenge me on any topic that I'm talking about on my radio show. I'll set up a special radio show just for you and I. And watch how it turns out for you. Watch how it turns out for you. One thing I will let you all know, especially, but actually this is for the racist people. This is not the 30, 40, 50s, or 60s. Yeah, and then too, I am not that guy. Wrong game, wrong guy to try to play it on. So you can leave all the comments you want as long as they could be even disagreeing with me. As long as they're respectful, I'll let it roll. But when you come with that nonsense, you got a problem, not me. Because I'm finna block you straight up. Guess what? If I'm supposed to be this ignorant and I'm supposed to not know what I'm talking and I'm supposed to be foolish, what that makes you then for arguing with somebody that you think is a fool? 9 times out of 10, I don't even know you. You on my YouTube page. You on my YouTube channel trying to get your point across when I don't even know who the hell you are and could care less. Keep playing if you want to. You're going to find out you got the wrong game and the wrong brother to be running it on. Ask your local politicians here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Ask your local clergy. Ask anybody about me. And you're going to understand. This here YouTube thing is just a way to get knowledge out to the people. But I'm really about that for as change, as far as grassroots activism. My track record shows that I ain't got to try to sit up here and tell you all that I done. Just follow us on Facebook. Real News Behind News. Follow our radio show. Our record speaks for itself. So you trolls, you better find somebody else to troll. Because I'm going to be real. I'm going to keep it civil and cordial. I'm going to block you and erase your comment. And not going to lose no sleep about it. So, hey, till y'all hear my voice on the radio or see me on another one of these videos, if you have any interesting topics that you would like to hear my opinion on, because I do research, man, before I do any topic or any video, I'm going to do the research. So if you have a topic that you want to hear me talk about or my opinion, hey, just shoot a comment. Also, continue. If this is your first time seeing one of our videos, man, whether you like it or not, just subscribe. And our mission is not to make you think the way we want or try to convince you. It's just to put an alternative view out there. So if you subscribe, you might not like this video, but I guarantee you it's going to be something that we're going to say eventually down the line. You're going to be like, man, that dude there on point. So subscribe to our channel. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you don't, I guess you can hit the thumbs down. But just don't leave them old vulgar comments in my comment section, because I will erase you, block you, and will not lose any sleep. So, hey, y'all be blessed, man. Y'all have a beautiful weekend out there.